Now, one thing I've learned over the years, if you're going to do something and take the time to do it right. So you can see, I'm going to start with car wash detergent made for washing cars. In this case, I'm using Meguiar's Gold Class Car Wash, a lamb's wool mitt, and an empty, clean bucket. In this case, I save our cat litter buckets, and I use those for buckets of water for different cleaning chores. The reason you use this kind of detergent, not dishwasher detergent will scrub the healthy stuff off your car. I'm not a technical guy. You can do the research if you're really interested. Anyhow, this is the kind of stuff you want to use. I'm a lucky guy in that when our house was built, we had them put in hot water as well as cold water. So I'm going to use warm water to fill my bucket of soapy water so that my hands don't freeze while I'm cleaning my car. So the first thing to do is get the top part of your car wet, and you always work from the top down so the soap keeps draining off the car. So in this case, I have wetted down my Miata, and now I'm going to get it good and soapy. So here's my Miata all soapy. I got the windshield wipers up in the air, and now I'm going to rinse the top of the car off. So here's a couple little pointers. First of all, always park your car where the water will drain away from the house and your yard. And you can see ours drains away there. Second thing I have found is when you first wash your car, you think everything's clean, but in fact, I don't even know if you can see it on the camera, there's dirt in there. So now I have to give it a second go over. So lather, rinse, repeat, as they say, an expression that I've always liked. So I'm back at my cleanup routine here. Alright, so there she is, all washed down, still very wet. Now, I'm not a car expert kind of guy, and I rarely get gritty into the details here. You can see these wheels are pretty disgusting. So I'm going to go after them with a toothbrush and my soapy water, and let's see if we can do anything to make these look better. And if I can't make this one look really good, I'm not going to bother with the other three. So here we go. Look, I am not the most patient guy in the world, and what I've found in a project like this, which can be mind-numbingly boring unless you're really into cars, is have some music on, pass the time, and take it easy. So here's a wheel that was pretty filthy 2 minutes ago. It has had its first wash. It looks better, but honestly, if you look in the crevices, it's still pretty cruddy looking. So now I'm going to go after it with some fresh soap and a toothbrush, and let's go. And for today's installment, we have hidden back here an old clock radio with a CD player playing Alison Krauss and Union Station. So let's go after this car. So here's the car ready to get waxed. I've got Meguiar's Gold Class Liquid Wax and their applicator pad that I've used before. So you put a little dab on the pad and then rub it into the car, cover the whole car with wax, and then let it dry to a filmy sheen, which we will see in a minute. Okay, well the sun is shining now, but I have covered the car with Meguiar's wax. As you can see, it's got that dull, waxy look on the paint. And I'm just going to let it dry, because I've found when the wax is wet, it doesn't rub off as well. You can see my car is called the Robster. So here's what it looks like now. I'm going to give it a good 30 minutes or so while I do some other chores. Then I'm going to come back and rub all the wax off with some clean terry cloth towels. Okay, well I've spent an hour or two in the yard doing yard work, and we'll show you the results of that. You can see the wax has dried pretty nicely on the car, and it's ready to be wiped off or buffed off with a towel. It's a fair amount of work buffing all that wax off, and it should be easier though than the yard work I've been doing. If you look at my beautiful legs, I am just whacked up and attacked by sticker bushes. So let's clean this car up. All right, there she is, all shiny and polished up. Took a fair amount of work, to tell you the truth. I'm glad I don't have a big SUV to do this to. And one thing as an FYI, you'll see that there's a little bit of paint coming off in my rub cloth. And that's because the first generation Mazda Miatas that have the pop-up headlights were sprayed without clear coat paint. So the paint does oxidize and you pull off some of the old finish when you clean the car up. But she does not look bad for a 15-year-old car. I think I'm going to get some more miles out of her. So I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day.